is win on the road. When you're a ranked team going into a hostile environment, these fans are ready to knock them off course. Arizona will kick off to get things underway. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So Tulane's offense will start this game off. And they're going to be met by one of the best defenses in the nation, David. And I know seeing a defense doing what they want, when they want to do it, makes you a happy man.
Right, defense is starting to make a comeback. Like, I'm excited about this new era of football. Like, we're seeing better tackling, and we're seeing better coverage than we were a couple years ago, and this defense is fun to watch.
Breaks into the open. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one.
And as the game goes on, you're going to see this offense continue to use the RPO. That look was conducive to handing it off. The defense now is going to start putting more guys in the box to slow this running back down, and that's when the quarterback's going to have an opportunity to keep the football and make plays throwing.
They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays. Offense lines up for a 1st and 10 from the 43. Leaves it with the back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tulane lines up on 3rd and short. They'll run it from the gun. Still running at the 40. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the 1st down at the 36.
Love the play call on the RPO, and you're just really trusting this running back to be able to make a guy miss and then get into the 2nd level. The offensive line did their job, gave him a crease, but that was the running back making that linebacker miss in the hole before getting north.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Green Wave. They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
I don't know what play they called, but I would call it again because the defense had no idea what was going on. Receiver comes wide open, catches the football, and gets the easy touchdown.
Getting ready for the extra point after the 1st score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they get it into the end zone on a 36-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Arizona's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. Defensive press coverage. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
Throws to the wideout. Put it where only his man could get it and gave him enough room to get the foot down.
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big third down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle them, wear them out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Punts it out of the air. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
Obviously, 3rd downs are so critical because you get an extra chance to wear that defense out. Great job by the offense. Great job by the quarterback completing the pass, getting the 1st down, moving the sticks, fresh set of down, continue to wear on this defense.
Fires to the big fella. He stopped just a chain link or 2 away from the 1st down and sets them up beautifully here. The Wildcats come to the line. This situation, you might see a shot play. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Yeah, you just feel like the running back's asking for redemption on that one. You know, 2nd and short, and you're giving him the football. He can't get the 1st himself. Now it's...
There he goes! Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. And the Wildcats pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They'll throw it from the red zone. It's complete on the right side. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
Love the thought process by the quarterback here on this play. Nobody open in the end zone. Find your check down. Find the running back. He does that, and once this guy's got the ball in his hands, he shows you that elusiveness and his ability to sniff out the end zone.
Here he comes with the return. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They saw what happened on that last scoring drive, and now probably feeling a little bit of heat to answer. Offense in a bunch formation. The give to the tailback. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll run it out of the shotgun, finding open areas. He gets those chains moving, gets it out to the 42-yard line. Really want to try to pick up at least half of the yardage needed on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Working that left side now. Turning it on. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score. This Tulane offense has a great drive going. Looking to throw on 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Touchdown, Green Wave. A great catch and run for 6.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
And he'll just...
Hey, what's up?
You could check that bowl in the front, and that thing make a shot on there.
You had to drain it out.
You have to drain it out.
Okay.
And just let it be drained while you in the house.
Okay. I may do that. All right.
Okay.
And this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Pulled and finds his man on the left. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
And offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
Trying play action. Immediately fires to the middle. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. And the Wildcats line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Here's the pressure. And he just throws it away on 3rd down. I don't think you can give up on a play like that. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets his first one of the day away. Might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. They've been firing on all cylinders, touchdowns on each of the first 2 drives, and they'll try to make it 3 for 3. The give to the back. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Back to pass. Scrambling away. Catch in the middle. It's Ramsey. They'll stop him at the 46 after a 5-yard pickup. The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10.
One of the things that makes this quarterback so dangerous is how accurate he can be when he's on the run. And he's a guy that's looking to throw. He's not looking to take off himself. Showed you that accuracy on that play to get the first.
He's got it on the right. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. We've reached the break, and it's Tulane on top. And we've come to the end of one. And let's take a quick moment to catch up on the stats. First play of the period, first down here. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And he's able to shed 1 tackle, but still, just a very short gain. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They feed him again. Got enough for the first down. The chunk plays that they love, and he takes it all the way down to the 10.
What a run. Great speed, great vision, elusiveness, and David, he's tackled down close to the goal line.
Yeah, and this offense, when you can run the football like this, man, you will have success, especially in the red zone, trying to get touchdowns.
He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Nice job on the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Might be changing the route. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Tulane! Effective offense, leading the way here and establishing this lead.
And that's how you draw it up, right? You want to come out, be clicking early, get everything going, want to get all the facets rolling. The defense right now on their heels, they have no answers. The offense doing whatever they want.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona has it back. The offense coming out to bear down. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line. The Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep the drive moving. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. Arizona runs out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He's got it. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
That's a great job by the defense, but I don't think the quarterback made the right decision on an RPO. It looked as if the defense was expecting run. They had the box crowded. That's when the quarterback, I think, needs to hold on to and then throw downfield.
Or will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? Sends it back in motion. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Takes the easy completion. Maybe a 3-yard pickup there. 3rd and long coming up.
Listen, nice completion, short game. Now you get to 3rd down. 3rd down's more manageable. But guess what? If I don't get it on 3rd down, I still got that 4th down in my pocket. Nowadays, analytics, we're going for it.
Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29. Tulane forced to send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. And the returner goes down. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. A rather unproductive series last time, 3 and out, and they'll try to do better this time around. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver comes in motion. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Lets it fly. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the 2nd half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Quickly to the tight end. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
Arizona moving the ball quickly down the field. Corners right up on that line of scrimmage. Breaks the tackle. They get him on the ground at the 33, but not before he picks up 6. The Wildcats can play this 2nd down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Whistle blows. We are at the 2-minute timeout, and man, oh man, could these guys use a score to cut into this lead. Line getting set on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. And he can't connect on the throw. It's incomplete.
I love when defensive linemen play with this type of awareness. You knew he wasn't going to be able to get to the quarterback, so he slows the rush down, IDs and finds out where the QB is, and then gets his big old paws up in the...
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
And that play is going to drive the offensive coordinator crazy. Remember, in college football now, there's communication between the coordinator and the quarterback with the headsets in the helmet. You know he was reminding his QB that time, listen, you cannot take a sack here. Remember, we're in field goal range. If nobody's open, throw it away. His QB did not listen to the advice. He takes a terrible sack, and now they're out of field goal range.
Leaves it with the running back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The Green Wave put itself in a mess behind the sticks here on second down. Quick completion to the right. Breaks into the open. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior. Makes a play after the grab. Tulane right back to the line. Quick release on the RPO. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on first down. Finds the tight end. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
Another first down. Man, this defense couldn't stop a nosebleed right now. It's that bad.
Looking downfield on first down. Safe completion on the screen. Looking for room at the 30. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive.
It feels like everything this play caller has called has worked so far in this first half for the offense. They've generated a really nice lead, lighting up the scoreboard, and they're staying aggressive. They're throwing the football. They're dictating everything right now to the defense.
He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. Operating in the red zone here on second down. Looking to fire. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a first and goal. On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it.
And how about this defense? Not getting frustrated. They've given up a bunch of yards. You're down in your scoring area, but nice job bowing your neck on third down, forcing the fourth down, not getting frustrated. Good job focusing by this defense.
So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's got it, and he will score. Touchdown, Green Wave.
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Bone. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Fires to the wideout. Got his man to the left. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Arizona comes out with another first down. To the air on first down. Bringing the heat. Trying to make magic on the scramble. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. You simply can't do it, and the referees caught it.
Wants to go up top on first down. Oh, they're after him. Man, did he pay for it with that hit as he got rid of the ball. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. 2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Under fire. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Handoff to the single back. And the defense makes the tackle, and that ought to do it here in the first half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. The Wildcats will have to send out the punt team. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, 2 quarters down, and I've got to say this has been a fun watch so far in Tucson.
About to start here in the 2nd half. Tulane will kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona sending the offense onto the field. They start this 3rd quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive. It's like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively, and you know.
There he goes. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. The offense sets up shop at the 46 on 1st down. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
I know a lot of people are going to look at that play and say, man, that was a bad play. Didn't gain any yards. But that could be the offense maybe setting something up. The play caller is going to remember that last play. He's going to remember how the defense reacted to it, made a quick tackle. They might pump that throw and then hit another player vertically down the field for an explosive play down the line. Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, and it was a nice comeback route. Most important part of a comeback route, dude, I got to sell you vertical like I'm running a go, and then I sit down and I come back to the football catch. A nice route by the wide receiver.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Powers forward, but stopped after a pickup of 2 to the 24. Got 3 on 1st down at 2nd and 7. Back to pass. That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. It's 1st and 10 from the 13.
And that's in Arizona.
They're looking to pass from the red zone. He's got it still on his feet. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a 1st down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And, yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season.
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Wildcats. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Looking to throw on 1st down. Still looking on the move. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
From the gun to give, looking for room. He'll push his way out to the 38, pickup of 3. The Green Wave lining up, facing 3rd and long. Out of the gun, the running back has it. At the 40, there he goes. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line. Here comes Tulane after picking up the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it to the back. Shoots his way for more. He gets it across the 40 and out of bounds at the 38.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Makes the catch. Gets him on the ground at the 28, but not before a big 10-yard pickup. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Wants to throw on first down. Working that left side now. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Motion from the back. Wants to keep it in the air. Rushes on him. Pulls it in. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. They're working that left side. Huge gain before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. On the doorstep of cashing it in for the offense. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield on first down. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
When you get in the red zone, you can see as a defense, you get into your drops really quickly, and you get your eyes on the quarterback, and you try to read his eyes and break on the football. It's such tight windows to throw in. Great job by the defender breaking on the ball, creating the interception.
Under fire. Crosses the 30, he's got away. They get it out to the 36 and on the move after a pickup of 15.
Man, that's so frustrating, and it happens so fast. He just pulls it down. It looks like pass. He pulls it down, and he's gone. Just like that, chewing up yards. So much speed, so hard to stop.
Rides the back and leaves it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Really good job working through his progression. You get it to him quickly, and the big tight end has a chance to run a little.
And a really good job by the QB throwing it accurately. I got to hit those guys on the move, on the run, so they can do this. They can catch the football, get upfield, and chew up some extra yards.
It's a nice job by the tight end there, just whipping his head around. They didn't need that many yards, so that's an easy completion. You get the first down.
Arizona has the offense humming, set up with another first down. Fires to the middle. A strike downfield. They get him on the ground at the 37, but give him 15 yards on that chunk play, and they'll move the chains. Off-play action on first down. Takes a hit as he fires. Complete to the left. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to...
Beck's going for the goal line. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
21.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. The Tulane offense headed back onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership. Come out here, lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He's into plus territory, knocked out of bounds after the nice game. Mark it at the 47.
That's a first down for the offense.
Guys, the quarter comes to a close, and Tulane has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. To the air on first down. Takes the easy one to the back. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. The offense changing the play. Wants to fire on second down. And that one's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
The Green Wave lines up mere inches away from converting on third down. They'll try to run for it. Past the sticks, and he may get more. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
Really impressed with the running back. His stats haven't been great, right? Every yard has been hard to come by, but these are some of the best runs we've seen in the game by him, and it's happening at the most important time here in the fourth quarter.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to go up top. Going for it all. Touchdown, Green Wave. They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got. That one pushes this lead out a little bit more here in the fourth, and now they can smell 8 straight wins. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Fellas, who knows how things are going to finish up in the Big Ten this season, but this is a game to keep in mind. Northwestern stomped a mud hole en route to a double-digit win, and they did it outside of Evanston. That speaks to the way this coach has galvanized this team and the direction this program is headed. We'll see a lot of games this week, but few will have as much of an impact on the Big Ten standings as this one does, gentlemen.
And Kevin Connor's keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The play action fake. Fires to the right. He makes a catch. And perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle as he gets him down at the 37. That last big play has them in position to threaten here, 1st and 10 from the 37. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Dumps it off in the flats. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
He's really close to that 1st down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. Wants to throw again. Here's a heat. Fakes to grab. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. Arizona right back to the line. They absolutely had to have that 3rd down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the 3rd down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
He wants to throw it. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, Wildcats! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
And he takes this from inside the 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Tulane has it back in the offense, coming out to go on the attack. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake could get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure now on this offense too, David. I think they got to go back to their playmakers and get these guys going in the game.
No doubt. Find those plays you know you can run them in your sleep. You make sure you execute. Build this lead a little bit bigger. Put this thing away in the 4th quarter.
They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Tulane to the line, facing 2nd and short. Power football with the run. Turns it on in midfield. That is just the kind of run you want when you're trying to close out a game. The defense calls the timeout, and that's their last one of the half. Oh, and they'll try to catch him with a pass. He caught it, and he will score. Touchdown, Tulane. They've built a comfortable lead and trying to hang on for a Week 13 victory.
I like the aggressive play calling by the offensive coordinator on that drive as well. There are a lot of coaches that would have played it very conservative, very close to the vest, run the ball, and punt it away. Count on your defense, not this guy. He was going to take some shots, count on his own guys to get it done. And now with that touchdown late, they've got a 2-possession lead.
Arizona has it back, the offense coming out to bear down. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defense in.
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Touchdown, Green Wave. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. They stretched this lead here in the 4th, and now they're closing in on their 9th win of the season.
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
Arizona sending the offense onto the field. Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. They'll start this drive with a pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Clark to fire. Pocket breaking down. At the 35, he's open. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. Arizona in a hurry.
And they're going to need a lot more of this to get back in this football game. They're trailing. They're trying to make plays. I like the decision-making of the young man. Don't force the football.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. They gave up the sack on first down. Now it's 2nd and 11.
Nice job by this defense, pinning their ears back, getting to the quarterback, creating the sack. But look at this offense. They aren't deterred. They're right back on the ball, ready to snap it again.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Looking to fire. Now he's going to break the pocket. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Throws to the wideout. Finds a man on the left. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
And that's in Arizona.
Looking to throw on first down. He's got the tight end. What a throw! Not a lot of room. He fits it in beautifully, and they've got it at the 30. Looking to throw on first down. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33. And the Wildcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Back to pass. Here comes the heat. Trying to escape and turning it on. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground. Arizona going back to work with another first down. And they spike it and get the clock stopped.
QB spikes the ball to stop the clock. No gain on the play. 2nd down coming up.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Clark wants to throw. Unloads to the wideout. That ball is intercepted at the goal line.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
And they'll take a knee and watch this clock keep on winding its way toward a victory. When we get to the offseason and they start having coaching clinics, they're going to roll this game tape back to show both offenses.
Dial it up and let it run. I mean, that's essentially what we saw in this game. It didn't matter what either offensive coordinator was calling.